Well, I'm off to meet with him. Please wait here for me.
Do you want backup for safety?
Okay. Looking forward to your good news. That should be everything. The only thing left to do now is to wait until the debate.
I mean, how far in the future are you setting it for?
I'm not sure why, but I'm getting nervous again.
You were great, Nilu! Your words won over Inaya! Talk like that during the debate, and you'll get an easy win!
Thanks for that, Paimon. But I still feel like it'll be an uphill battle. I need to be calmer, cooler, and more collected.
We haven't broken any rules. Lots of people are rooting for us.
I'm acting as everyone's representative, so I'll need to act brave, even if I won't feel like it.
I mean, you should be used to that because you're a performer. You should be used to acting. There's still one problem left unsolved.
Huh? What's left?
There's existence. Is it only for art and performance?
Huh? What a strange question. Isn't a theater just a theater? Why would it need to be anything else?
Wait. You're not asking what the theater does, but what it is. Let me think. How can I put this? Inaya really wants to win. She doesn't... Everyone is free to appreciate... Ah! Got it! When we were trying to find a way to save the theater, we heard many stories not of the theater, but of the people whose lives have been touched by it. Zubair Theater is our reason for coming together. It connects us all in unique ways. In other words, it's like a bond.
A bond?
The theater provides money for Miss Raykar and her children, inspiration for Mr. Kasani, and enjoyment for the people of the Great Bazaar. It also gives Inaya shelter from her family. It has brought us together after taking care of every single one of us, and its story won't end here. In the future, many more people will come to the theater and receive its blessing, and we'll all be there for them. Our warm, welcoming community will show them the same kindness we were shown in the past. Aside from the delivery of performances, isn't this another reason for Zubair Theater's continued existence?
Yeah, that makes sense. We definitely felt that warmth during the preparations for the event, but Paimon doesn't see how this will help in the debate.
Inaya said that her father doesn't care for interpersonal relationships. This may be a weak point.
Oh, gotcha! No matter how strong an opponent is, they'll have to go on the defensive if pressed on a weak point.
I feel like that's another prong in our attack. Thank you so much.
Paimon also feels a lot more relieved. Let's show him what we got!
Sorry for the wait. I'm back. Things went a lot more smoothly than I expected. It didn't take long for him to accept the debate. And is set for 2 days from now.
Ah, we let him set the terms, did we?
Why are you all smiling so much? Did something good happen?
We realized that your dad might not be as scary as we had thought.
We just finished our prep. Rest easy. It will all turn out well.
What do you mean finish your prep? You got 2 whole days, dude. Use them wisely.
We have to win. No, we will win, Inaya.
Fingers crossed.
New quest. The reason we are gathered here. Wait for the debate 2 days later. Why can't this go faster? I know it's because it's got a cycle, the day-night cycle of time, but sheesh. And then 3 p.m. you say. Wait, it's 1300, wasn't it? So 1 p.m. Or was it 1500 and it was 3 p.m.? God, I remember what I read now. No, okay, so it was 3 p.m. Cool. I couldn't remember if it was 3 p.m. or 1300. I think there was a 3 involved. All right.
It's already debate time.
Ah, theater. Okay.
We did a lot of preparations with Nilu. Hopefully they were helpful.
Ow. Ooh, people have gathered. Wonderful.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Safwan, a scholar from the academia, and I will serve as this debate's adjudicator. I swear to judge both parties with the utmost wisdom and impartiality. I will neither interfere with the proceedings nor demonstrate bias.
He sounds pretty impartial, I'm going to be honest with you, so I have every confidence that he can give an impartial view. But if we had an adjudicator and it wasn't just Inaya's father that was going to make the verdict, you guys are way getting worked up over nothing, you know? You have a chance of easily winning if it's not, you know, her father that you've got to convince.
I ask for both parties to stand. May the Dendro Archon also serve as a witness to this duel of wits.
Since you so desperately demand an explanation, I will expound on the Academia's stance. You may have misunderstood us from the outset and believe that the Academia is prejudiced against you.
Well, it is.
However, the truth is that the Academia wishes for every resident of Sumeru to be afforded opportunities to grow and cultivate their wisdom.
But wisdom can be found in theater.
Therefore, the
Art?
works they consume should also possess enlightening qualities and intellectual value.
Oh, well, hey, there's an opening for us right there.
We have failed to identify these qualities in the shows performed at Zubair Theater.
Have you even watched them?
In other words, instead of struggling against the Academia in pointless confrontations, if you had spent your time reflecting on improving the quality of your shows and enlightening your audience, Zubair Theater would not be today facing such a tragic fate.
Aggressive from the get-go. He's really putting on the pressure. Can Nilu stand her ground?
Calm down, Nilu. First, carefully analyze what he said. He said that we were shut down not because the Academia looks down on the arts, but rather because our shows aren't up to their standards. However, the theater carries everyone's feelings. Don't think that would make for a good...
Well, I don't really know what you want from me, alright?
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managed.
Art must first be appreciated.
Don't think that would...
I don't know what you want of me, quite frankly. We've already had hers, so it can't be hers. Didn't we already have this one as well?
Naya really wants to win.
I don't think that's...
think
Yeah.
that would-
We already used this one.
Everyone is free to...
We already used
In
it.
your eyes,
Huh.
our shows can't meet the Academia's expectations.
I didn't think we'd be reusing something.
Shouldn't it be the audience who decides if a show is intellectual or enlightening? Why is someone from the Academia
Oh,
judging
right.
it?
No, I was trying to make that work, but we used the lady's response instead. Okay, yes, it makes sense.
Also, I believe that there is no such thing as a wiser or more enlightening performance. Art doesn't discriminate, and it appeals to all. Everyone has the right to appreciate art.
Appreciation is but a primitive form of satisfaction. Guidance and enlightenment are necessary if we are to induce growth in the performers as well as the audience. This stance holds performers to a higher standard and encourages the development of the arts. If all performances are simple-minded, require little effort to comprehend, and lack any impetus for the betterment of society, then the people will not be able to develop a greater level of artistic understanding.
My rebuttal would be, why do we have to develop a greater level of artistic understanding? Why can't enjoyment just be for enjoyment's sake? Why does it have to have any extra value to it?
Nurturing the populace's understanding requires a long and arduous process, and guiding this process is the Academia's true goal.
Sounds boring.
He changed the topic without batting an eye. Good thing if I remember correctly,
No idea. It can't be that.
Art must first be appreciated.
someone at our theater has tried that before. He was a famed artist, but he recognized that very few people could connect with his works. I agree that art should be enlightening, but we can't pursue that goal by creating complicated works. If a work can't tap into an audience's personal experiences or feelings, then its contents may as well be a castle in the sky. What's the point of performing a show that its audience can't even follow? That would only be forcing people to watch something they don't like.
You can only reach that conclusion from a place of ignorance.
Are you calling the entirety of Scenario City ignorance?
In that
Ignorant.
case, before passing judgment, you should first become a better dancer than me.
You tell them, Nilu.
Looks like he's backed himself into a corner.
As the party holding the burden of proof, Sharif has failed to provide sufficient support for his judgment of the quality of Zubair Theater's programs. Likewise, the definition that Nilu put forth is but her personal opinion. Neither party is the victor for this particular point of contention. Additionally, I must request that both parties exercise greater control on their emotions.
Keep it up, Nilu! You're doing great!
In that case, I shall speak of more concrete matters. The essence of this issue is that you have violated the law, so you must now pay the price for your transgression. This course of action is also completely procedurally sound. We have already contacted Zubair Theater multiple times regarding the theater's repertoire. However, you have consciously ignored our warnings. Or perhaps your compliance was purely superficial. Regardless, that failure has indirectly led to the present day's proceedings.
That is indeed so, according to the laws decreed by the Academia.
Perhaps the laws ought to be changed.
He started talking about procedural stuff. Mr. Zubair has been meticulous. Mr. Zubair has already provided signed copies of all documentation related to our operations. Everything is perfectly filled out and valid. Although the theater's performances don't align with the Academia's requests, the law doesn't say that Zubair Theater can be demolished only because of that reason. Demolition notices need to be provided in writing and made available to the public. Otherwise, the theater can continue to operate as long as its license is valid. Failing to follow these rules makes your stance procedurally unsound.
Yeah, that's right!
There are different ways to apply the rules. There is precedent for this. So long as this matter is discussed within the Academia, this course of action will come to pass.
Looking at the past 27 cases of similar nature, 90% of them support Sharif's claim and position. However, the demolition process in those cases was only started after discussion at the Academia. In other words, premature notice of demolition is indeed a rash act.
That's more than enough. We've proven that the order is unreasonable as it currently stands.
Cease your futile resistance.
Nilu's definitely won this point, right?
She still can't let down her guard. He'll
You're
bite
right.
back.
Stay focused, Nilu.
Even if permission for demolition has yet to be obtained, it is a fact that your performances violated the Academia's policies on numerous occasions. Based on that fact, we can permanently revoke your right to perform in Sumeru.
Under the current system, it is indeed possible to immediately revoke Zubair Theater's performing rights.
That's a thing?
I figured that's his backup plan.
Rather than protecting Zubair Theater, I surmise that your true intention is to maintain your hold over your audience and their patronage as your source of income. Without them, Zubair Theater is nothing more than an empty building, and without its performances, the theater has nothing else of value.
What you said isn't true at all.
Keep it cool, Nilu.
Don't get riled up. He's intentionally provoking you.
Right. I need to keep calm, but just a little more. Zubair Theater isn't just a performance venue to us.
I don't know.
Art must first be appreciated by...
No,
Nope.
Art
No,
must
I
first...
freaking clicked here.
Inaya really wants to win.
No.
The theater carries everyone's... Zubair Theater isn't simply a performance venue to us. It means more than that. It's been our home for a long time. Miss Raykar can't go on adventures anymore, but she has found a stable career and a new life at the theater. Her son, Sorin, has already passed his theater exam, and he'll soon be our newest member. Mr. Kasani found a new way to look at art. He decided to stay at the theater to watch us grow. Mr. Farhad and Mr. Hushang visit even when there isn't a show going on, and they always tell us lots of entertaining stories. Even Inaya wants to stay with us, and she's starting to look forward to a new future. Zubair Theater exists for them. For every single one of us.
I hate to break it to you, Nilu, but that was a piss-poor, weak argument. That is not persuading anybody.
Perhaps Zubair Theater has provided you with a multitude of positive emotions and experiences. However, you have misconstrued something, young miss. The interpersonal relationships you speak of were established upon normal theater operations. Sheikh Zubair operates the theater for his livelihood. His employees work for their wages, and the audience comes to enjoy performances.
Yes, and that's how theater works.
Relationships are merely a byproduct in this exchange of interests. They may be pleasant and captivating, but they can only ever be secondary.
Yes and no. I could disagree at that point.
When scholars collaborate to solve difficult problems, we freely share our knowledge and resources with one another as if we were all kin.
Why does that why does that matter? Whether people feel like kin or not is regardless to people's academic pursuits. You can share your knowledge and resources without feeling like you're kin. That doesn't increase the value of knowledge. So why are you arguing that point in regards to arts if it doesn't hold true for knowledge?
However, this collaboration ends after the results of our work are published. The reason is simple. We are scholars, and there are new projects that await our attention.
Well, in that case, I would then argue that your pursuits are weaker than arts since you don't leave a lasting impression.
He really doesn't think much of relationships. Paimon also thinks he did a lot of prep. He's been solid as a rock.
You had 2 full days. If you haven't done enough prep, that's on you.
Sharif's argument is currently the more persuasive of the two for this point of contention. The continuance of the interpersonal relationships Nilu spoke of remains hypothetical before the theater's demolition, whereas the situation that Sharif described has been well documented at the Academia. The Academia has made significant academic contributions, in no small part due to its researchers' efficiency and ability to compartmentalize.
Oh no, what should we do? Things are going in the opposite direction.
Patience, Paimon. Nearly might be sitting on burden about that, but I look forward to
Nilu's
it.
got him?
I didn't give you that response, but sure.
Good. He said what he said. The next argument could decide this debate. But is this really the best thing to do? It might be too cruel to Inaya.
Oh well, sounds like her problem. Oh, wow, we get one choice.
Inaya really wants... She already agreed to this. She wants to win, no matter what. Me too. Mr. Sharif believes that interpersonal relationships are a byproduct of working towards a goal. Once that goal is achieved or abandoned, those relationships would have no more reason to continue. Then, if someone has failed to live up to his expectations...
If someone has failed to live up to your expectations and ran away from home, then she shouldn't be your daughter anymore. Right?
Inaya...
Sorry, Nilu. As expected, I should be the one to say it. You don't need to shoulder this responsibility for me.
You can't have it both ways, sir.
If in your eyes, the purpose of my existence is to become your academic successor, then that goal has ended in complete failure. By your logic, that means there is no more reason to sustain our relationship as father and daughter.
Members of the audience who do not belong to either debate party, please speak with caution.
She didn't say anything offensive.
Let her speak. What she does not say, Nilu will.
No matter how many disagreements we've had, the truth is that you are still my father. You're so immersed in your own world, you can't understand why we come together for the sake of relationships.
Yeah, don't look down on us.
You can watch a dance anywhere, but there's only one Zubair Theater.
I'm almost starting to feel sorry for this guy, what with the idiotic things he said.
Order! Order! Members of the audience, do not interrupt debate proceedings.
I confess that this is the final argument we had prepared. Disown me, and you will win the debate. But before that, Father, I have some final words to say. I've been doing some soul-searching. Not about whether I should have run away from home, but whether there was any point to my personal rebellion against you. I kept trying to earn your approval. But I only disappointed you over and over. The truth is, I ran away from home as a means to vent my recurring frustrations. That is to say, I was exerting pressure on you and hoping you'd give up on your lofty expectations. But by doing that, wasn't I just doing the same thing as you? I won't force my expectations upon you anymore. At Zubair Theater, I have found the life I've always wanted. I will move on from my family troubles and strive towards my new goal. But if you dare to harm this place, then I will stand with my friends here and fight against you.
This is not the time to space out, Sharif. The debate is still underway.
You already consider them to be your friends.
I mean, she's been here a while, yeah.
You should be asking us that question.
Of course we are!
Miss Inaya is a really good friend.
It was a bit of a process, but we won her over.
Make no mistake, all those who come to Zubair Theater become one of us. We will always be with her.
Such puerile simplicity. However... It is surprisingly a relief.
Wait, what are you... never mind.
He just gives up at this point.
They left?
Does that mean we've won?
We won?
Nilu, you're amazing!
Fantastic job. Inaya was also brilliant. I mean, I don't like either of these responses, but we'll roll with it.
I relaxed for a moment and I feel a little faint. It looks like he still has a place for her in his heart.
Terrific work, Nilu and Anaya. They likely won't cause any more trouble for us.
Didn't know you could get so fierce. I have a lot of newfound respect for you two.
This really took a lot out of me, though. I don't ever want to do this again.
Both Miss Nilu and Miss Inaya were so cool! Should we throw a second round of celebrations?
The curtain finally falls on the debate amidst a euphony of cheers. What the hell is a euphony? I've never heard that word in my life. Euphony.
Oh, it's you.
Feeling any calmer?
Yes, I feel a lot better. The more I think back on everything, the more surreal it all feels. I don't think I could repeat what I did a second time.
All that preparations, but I don't really feel like you did much to prepare. I'm gonna be honest with you, but sure.
Yes, and it's all thanks to you.
Now that I've heard everyone else's stories, I want to hear. Okay, I mean, we're getting like her
I
backstory.
You mean how fate brought me to the theater, right?
I mean, I guess so, because I actually don't know the answer to this question.
Then I'll have to tell you about my teacher who Mr. Zubair had mentioned.
Okay, euphony, the quality of being pleasing to the ear. The tendency to make phonetic change for ease of pronunciation. Euphony. Okay, it's a word. It's not one that people generally use, but it's a word.
Mr. Zubair opened his theater when I was still a child.
Oh my, it's been going for that long?
There was a beautiful dancer.
Oh, you're younger than I thought.
And from the moment I saw her, I couldn't look away. I thought to myself, the gods must have blessed her with such talent. But later on, she would actually smile down at me and say, just the opposite, in fact.
The opposite?
Yeah. She said, dance is an art born from toil. It isn't a gift from the gods, but a creation by our own hands.
I would agree with that. Your body doesn't just inherently do everything you want it to. You've got to teach it and craft it and get the muscles correct to be able to dance. So yes, I would agree with that.
It is a beautiful thing born from our life experiences. Whenever there is joy or something to be celebrated, people will dance. In other words, any place where people can effortlessly begin a dance will for sure be filled with the blessings of everyone's happiness. She wasn't looking for flowers and applause. All she wanted was to see her audience smile.
So that is what art means to people.
Right. The same as what Mr. Kasani believes. I was completely moved by what she had said, so I started taking dance lessons from her. And later on, I began to dance here in her stead. Before she retired, she told me, For as long as you live, never forget what dance means to others. This is why Mr. Zubair and I never intended to listen to the academia. Even though it ended up causing everyone a whole lot of trouble, thankfully, everything worked out in the end.
I see. Looks like you don't have to worry, won't have to worry anymore.
Although, I do have a small regret.
Inaya?
Yeah. Even though she has already decided to stop fighting with her father, they never managed to have a real conversation with each other. Before he left, Mr. Sharif looked like he had a lot on his mind. He probably has a lot of things he wants to say, but will now perhaps never get a chance to.
That really is a shame. That might be for the best.
Yeah, but I still hope that things can change. It never hurts to have hope. You and Paimon are more than welcome to keep attending our shows. Who knows? Next time, you might see Inaya on the stage.
In what
Are you so
capacity?
worried about
She's not a
Inaya?
dancer.
Let's be
Actress?
sure to come back often. Who knows? Maybe things will have worked out for her.
Nilu.
You two are welcome here anytime. Seeing you safe and sound in between adventures will keep me from worrying too much about you. I think I already see you two as people of the Grand Bazaar. Yep, without a doubt.
So, wait for the debate 2 days. What? Oh, it's not even done yet? What? I'm a little confused. Okay, I shall wait. Nah, we've got time. I may as well give my conclusion. So normally in these sort of story quests and whatnot, I want them to be personalized. I want them to have people involved who have emotions, and you want to feel like their input is the focus of the story. However, here, I liked the idea of the debate, but I felt like they made it too personal for a debate. You know, debate is supposed to be quite impartial, yet by having the character of Inaya and having her directly correlate with the academia, with her father, I kind of feel like you violated the point of a debate. A debate, yes, while you need to be passionate about your points, it's still meant to be like impartial to a degree. And I feel like having the interpersonal relationships of the father and the daughter clouding the actual issue at hand weakened and cheapened the story, which is something I would usually never say because I think those kind of things usually enrich a story. But for the strict purpose of the debate, arguing the usefulness of the art form and the theatre specifically, relying on the relationship emotional aspect of it just completely weakened the argument and invalidated it, and kind of gave the point that you couldn't win if you didn't have the Inaya situation, but you should have been able to win that argument regardless of her contribution. So yeah, I do not like the involvement of the relationship there. That just weakened the whole debate. I don't like that at all. But what is this? Is this a show? Ah, okay. I don't know why we had to wait 2 days for this.
Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to our newest member, Inaya.
But what does she actually do on the theatre?
Hello, everyone.
She'll be dancing for us from now on.
She's gonna be
So
dancing?
please, give her your support.
I've never once seen her dance. Does she even have talent, skill, dedication? Can she hold a tune? Or keep to a beat? Does she have rhythm?
Inaya's taken her place on the stage. Oh, Paimon wonders how she'll look when she starts dancing.
Is she gonna dance now?
When you stop and think about it, happy endings like this sure aren't easy to come by.
A lot of things came together to make it happen.
Nilu's efforts, everyone's wisdom,
She's not gonna dance now?
Inaya's determination.
Oh god, that's another thing that just weakens the argument. Not even having her dance. And Teresa Mercy.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I think he intentionally gave us a chance. He didn't have to agree to the debate.
You do have a point there. The whole demolition thing was going overboard, but he really could have banned Nilu and the others from dancing.
I mean, at the end of the day, it didn't even have anything to do with him. It was the academia as a whole. They've always wanted to put the theater out of action.
If he really wanted to be ruthless, he could have done some real damage, even without winning the debate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, it's not like we can understand how people like him think. Let's focus on watching the performance.
Agreed.
Huh? Wait, look who the cat dragged in! Isn't that Yunaya's father?
What do you mean, isn't that? And you can see it's him. Let's go greet him.
Oh, it's you two.
Wow, don't need to sound so enthusiastic.
I don't have much to do today, so I just came to look around this place.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking for Inaya?
No, I am simply here to watch a performance. There is no need to trouble her.
Shouldn't you be busy?
Well, I was for a time. My loss at the debate caused quite the loss of face for the academia, so there was a
Suckers.
period of unrest.
Suckers.
I used this opportunity to suggest that my superiors temporarily suspend me from duty. Otherwise, the rumors would probably persist for even longer.
Suspended from duty?
Yes, I am temporarily unemployed. However, I now have an abundance of time, so I can afford to come here and watch a show.
Suspension from duty doesn't mean that you're unemployed. It just means you're on a leave of absence.
I admit that I do not understand the magic that this theater possesses,
Nor will you
but
ever.
my curiosity has been piqued. I still cannot forget that young lady's perseverance. Inaya would almost certainly mature in the presence of such a person.
So you're still concerned about your daughter.
There are no parents who do not worry about their children.
Well, that's patently
I
untrue.
suppose she managed to hit a weak spot of mine. Never mind. I do not have the right to say that.
You're already here, so you might as well go see her.
No, that is not necessary. I will take my leave after the show concludes. Do not tell her that I was here.
Come on.
See.
Who knows if you'll get a chance like this again?
But...
Huh? You said you were going to make peace with your past. Show your father how much you've grown. Don't be nervous. Everyone at Zubair Theater has your back.
If this girl doesn't dance in the next 2 seconds, I'm gonna be mildly pissed. I don't want a heart-to-heart. I want you to dance, damn it. Show what you mean through your artistic ability.
Let's go somewhere else. We should give them some space.
Ugh, they're totally talking.
You sure they'll be okay?
I don't know. But I think we should have faith in them.
Ah, yes, Inaya. I have something for you. I'm still learning. It's
Oh my
hardly a
god, he took up
masterpiece,
embroidery?
but it's yours, if you'll take it.
Holy shit. That's a surprising turn of events.
You don't have to take it. It's fine. Never mind.
let's have a heart-to-heart. Father.
Like father, like daughter. They're both so awkward with their feelings.
I just want the game to look like the cutscenes. Like these interactions here. Did you listen to the sound during the cutscene? You have so much ambient noise, surrounding sound, and just the reactions from the characters verbally and audibly. Orally? It just makes it seem so much more alive. And then you come back to these kinds of scenes and they're just so staid and just clear cut. I don't like it. There's no immersion in the environment and I don't like it. But also the way the characters move. And the cutscenes, the characters like move, it's organic, it feels, you know, like they're actually people. But here we come back here and it's like they have a set handful of animations that they follow during conversation. Aren't they very animated? I don't like the difference. Why can't we have more... Realistic is not the word I'm looking for, but more organic characterization during these non-cut scenes, this dialogue interaction. They're kind of uninteresting
Yeah,
visually.
she probably would have snuck away as well if I didn't drag her back.
Do you think they'll be able to reconcile?
I'm not sure. A complete reconciliation may also not be the best thing for them right now. All those years of arguments and misunderstandings can't be settled overnight. It might be best if they continue to keep some distance for now. But no matter where their hearts and bodies may be, they will always be family. All I wish for them is to be able to one day tap into the warmth of that bond. Oh, by the way,
Where's her mother?
everyone's really thankful to you for helping out with the debate. So we made you a little something. Hope you'll like it.
Oh, is that for my Serenity pot? Huh.
Isn't this Zubair Theater? Whoa! This is amazing! It's so detailed and polished!
Not to be rude, Nilu, but I'm an adventurer. Where do you expect me to put that for safekeeping?
We've also never made anything this complicated before.
You guys could set up like a whole shop on the side as a side hustle to get some money.
Mr. Zubair and Mr. Kasani took charge of the design, while Inaya and I made all the little pieces with the help of others. Miss Reikar and Miss Nadja made and assembled the centerpiece. As adventurers, you two will doubtlessly travel to many more lands and see many more things.
I just realized her nails are a gradient. They go from blue to like either nothing or a clearish beige.
That's why we hope that your time at Zubair Theater will become a fond memory of your journey. You two are welcome back anytime.
We'll come back and watch you dance whenever we get the chance.
Thank you all for being so considerate. According to custom, I should drop the formalities and just accept it, right?
You're welcome. And there's no need to be so polite. You learned fast. Come on, take it. This is the story of you and me. It's a tale that I'll never, ever forget.
To the wise. Completed. Yeah, I've said all I had to say about that one. Not my favourite at all. And I do feel like the debate was a good idea. That was an interesting take on a story. But the whole interpersonal connections just cheapened the entire experience, which disappointed me. So,